a pelvic therapist here at Spooner in Scottsdale, and this is my patient, Tasha.
Hello.
We have been treating her for pelvic therapy for about 3 months now, and I'll let her eventually give a little bit of her story here. But first, tell us what brought you here in the first place and kind of who helped you get here.
Well, I actually ended up here because my new OB, I just moved to the area about 2 years ago, started seeing a new OB. They were the ones who suggested that maybe after seeing a urethra specialist, I check out physical therapy. And after I talked with my specialist who told me basically either I get a sling or I just live with it, I was like, that's not an option. So I was very happy. My OB told me, hey, try physical therapy, see how that works. Worst case scenario, we can take you back to the urethra specialist and do the sling procedure, which is like for 65-year-olds. And I definitely don't look it yet. So.
But you've also talked about how a lot of people think that your gynecologist or the urogynecologist or any of them have to be the ones to kind of give you the green light, like, hey, you should go to pelvic therapy. But a lot of people don't realize that they can suggest that to their provider, or some insurances, you can still come without necessarily needing a referral, and just depends on your insurance. But the concept of that, some people don't even get that green light from their doctors, but you can actually seek the help when you know that something's not right. Even if you have to give them a little bit of a tug, then that's kind of an option that there is too.
Yes, I was very, very, very happy that my OB was like, hey, yeah, do this.
Yep.
Because otherwise, I didn't even know that was an option until I got to her, which just literally told me like the last 10 years was just like a waste because I was seeing the wrong people.
Yep, so I guess give us a little bit of the story of what has been going on in the last even longer than 10 years of basically your life.
Yes. So you pretty much already kind of know, but just to let everyone else know, this problem actually started probably when I was maybe really young as a teenager, and would have to deal with like little leakages here and there. But then when I turned like in my 20s and started having kids, each kid made it literally progressively worse. And so it went from, maybe a sneeze here and there to doing it to like literally I could just be sitting and then all of a sudden, oh, there it is. So it was literally probably 15 years of my life that I was just dealing with having this like leakage grow from being really small, sneeze infused kind of thing to no matter what I was doing, I could squat really quickly and then boom, boom, boom. So it was.
You were kind of the perfect example of how not everyone has to be a mom to basically need pelvic therapy, that like pain with intercourse has been normalized for people, and same with there's urinary leakage that a lot of people don't talk about when they're younger because they think, oh, I'm not old, I'm not in my 60s, or I'm not a mom yet, I haven't had a kid, why would I have leakage? When in reality, a lot of people have it from high impact sports. There's people that don't jump correctly. It can be from fluctuations in your body, different things like that, hormonal things. And like you said, you're one of the best patients I've worked with. You talk about it, super fun, but that's kind of how you coped with a lot of these issues for so long, was just kind of like joking through it. And you said that sometimes it wasn't taken as seriously, when finally coming here was kind of somebody's actually listening, and even though it's a little serious, we still had some fun with it too. So
we had a lot of fun with it.
So how did you think that pelvic therapy was gonna go, and then what was the same or the differences that you saw with your thoughts on what it was gonna be like?
I have to say the biggest thing that I thought it was gonna be like a bunch of electrodes or something. That clearly I'm saying that word wrong, but it's gonna be like a lot of different like electrotherapy and trying to focus on doing like the best Kegels in the world. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm fit for this. But when I started, I was very like surprised, I guess is the best way to put it, where like the internal exams to just evaluate where I was and see how things were going, and then that continuous evaluation throughout the entire process, which honestly I wasn't anticipating. And then the exercises, probably next to evaluations, exercises top of the list. I did not expect to be in workout clothes and really kind of focusing on learning what my lower half did in conjunction with my pelvic floor. I was just like, oh, okay, is this a real thing? So all this time I could have been doing very progressively helpful things for myself, but I didn't know it because I was just like, let me jump on a treadmill and not think through those things.
Yeah. So especially since we work through a lot of like the breathing efforts and how if sometimes you're not fully relaxing the pelvic floor, you're not going to get that contraction that we want. And we even did some pelvic floor choreography where we took her favorite song and we did different squeezes to different rates and rhythms of Girls Like You by Maroon 5. But
that was my funnest, literally the funnest thing we did. Like next to like, obviously there was a part that I didn't even mention, like the mindset change.
Yeah.
Like that was so crucial to change how I was thinking about what I was doing in relation to my pelvic floor and the breathing and all of that stuff. But of everything, doing the choreography and seeing literally my pelvic floor progression from like when I started and how weak and inconsistent those were to like how much better I had gotten to like actually staying with your beat, because your beats are like different. Because I couldn't keep up initially, but then eventually I was like, okay, I can do this. Like I can actually, not a whole 10 count yet. Okay, we got like 7, but we started at 4, so I feel like that's significant improvement considering I have so much other improvements that I didn't have in just that one thing.
And we even did everything from like dry needling to working on your jumping and reactive stuff with the blaze pods and getting up fast and how fast can you react. And I guess the other question is too of where are we at now and how do you feel with your symptoms from where we started to kind of where we're at?
Well, I pretty much alluded to it, but like I feel 1,000% better considering the fact that I've been dealing with this for 15 years and I literally kept trying to figure out what is the thing that's gonna make this better for me, never getting to that point, and now seeing that, okay, I had no control and now I have not just this awareness and understanding of how my body plays a part in making itself work, but then also how I need to think about making itself work.
Yeah, so we've had very little leakage still, and we've kind of talked about how important it is for women to feel like they have control of their body again and the power back compared to just accepting things the rest of their life. That we've talked about, like we said, it's normal that it happens to most women after pregnancy, but it's not normal how we've normalized it and you've been told to live with it the rest of your life.